Ooh, what's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the Takara Tomy Dramatic Capture Series Optimus Prime. So I got this from Sam Scott Roberts. He actually had this figure, he had it on its own. It's actually part of a 3-pack. It comes with Jazz, the mainframe, or Teletran 1, and Optimus. And he was able to get it on its own. And I did want to look at it just because it's a updated version of the Earthrise Optimus Prime, which we'll bring in for a comparison. So thanks to Sam for allowing me to take a look at this. And I did change my background here. I'm trying to find a background that works well with lighter or white figures. He happens to have white on him, so I'll be using this when I have a figure that's very light or has white on it, and then we'll switch back to the regular background. But taking a look at this guy, let's bring in the original Earthrise Optimus Prime. And you can see the differences here. One of my biggest complaints, and by the way, I had this guy for years. For years, it was my retail Optimus Prime for comparison. And one of the issues I always had with it is, why did they use gray plastic on the legs? It just really always stood out to me as pretty ugly. And now they've corrected that. It's pretty much all blue plastic all the way around. They've also changed the thighs and the crotch to be white. And then they've added a little yellow right here in the middle. Before they just had it on the side hip skirts. They changed the shade of the blue on the glass. They got rid of this little silver piece here. And then for the logo, instead of the silver backed logo, you have the transparent with white. For the face, it is the same mold, but due to the way they painted it, it looks really good on the new one. They got this darker gray instead of silver. And then the blue eyes and the darker gray on the crest there. Same head sculpt, it just the way they painted it looks better. On the back, and he's got some kind of aftermarket part here, so ignore that. But the rest of it, it is the same mold, but we'll see in vehicle mode there's less silver parts on there. So really nice update if you wanted a more tuned version. Now this was meant to go with the Earthrise, the cartoon on Netflix. This is meant to be more like a G1 style. Now, it came in a weird time because it came out right around the time that Studio Series 86 was hitting shelves or hitting people's homes. So it kind of, got forgotten and lost just because that's now the definitive retail line Optimus. But I got to say, this looks really good. So let's go over the articulation. It is all the same, but I figured it's worth going over it since we have it. Head is on a ball joint, goes forward and backward. You get side to side, and it rotates around. Shoulders rotate on a friction joint. Out to the side, on a hinge. Rotation at the bicep. Single jointed elbow gets you 90 degrees. Rotation at the wrist. Single pin for the hands. Waist rotation here. You get no ab crunch, but the legs can kick up to there. So you can kind of fake it due to the fact that the hips rotate with the legs. And I do like this style, how they do legs this way. Back to there, out to the side, all on friction. Nice tight tolerances on this one. Rotation at the thigh at a universal. Single jointed knee, but it gets you past 90 degrees. And then ankle tilts and a toe tilt down. As far as accessories, we just get his blaster here, done in black plastic. Nothing special, nothing different. Basically exactly the same as the original. And of course we get the matrix here inside. And I believe this is also unchanged from the original. I don't think they've added any new paint or color. I have trouble getting out of there. Let's just use the spudger. So you got the orange, translucent blue, and then the silver for the handle. Nothing different there. We do have the orange lights up here, which does appear to be different. So that's nice. But other than those two accessories, that's what he comes with. All right, for some size comparisons, there it is next to the Earthrise, which we already saw, and the Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. It does come in shorter. The head is about a half-inch shorter. So it is a bigger Prime, but I do think the proportions on this one always looked good, with the exception to this butt flap with the wheels. That never looked good. But the rest of the figure, it's got pretty cool proportions. Now this one, it's just different. He just feels more robust, more heroic. So he's a little thicker, kind of all over. So definitely different style primes, but if you like this style, this recoloring definitely makes him stand out. All right, now let's get him transformed into his vehicle mode. Go ahead and pull the gun out. We can just fold this over and set this aside for now. We'll reattach that later. I've transformed this thing thousands of times for videos, but go ahead and fold the arms in, or fold the hands in to the arms. We can open up the waist here, open up this, open up this. On the back, we can open up this panel. Allow you to fold the head in and then tab this in. Down here, open up these panels. And these do have some paint on them, so just FYI. We can bring this back down. We're going to open up this rear panel, fold this down, rotate the waist around, and then bring this back down so it meets up with that. Okay. We can pull back his ab pieces, which allows you to fold the arms in, and those are going to sit right there. Then you can fold up his feet. And a step that's often forgotten is to flip over these knee pieces. Bring up this, that'll tab into those knee pieces you just folded. And make sure these are pushed all the way forward. Right. Then you're going to bring this piece over, tab that in, tab that in, tab that in, and then same on this side, tab all that in. And then kind of the last step here, which also sometimes gets forgotten, I'll make sure those made their way in, okay, is these gas tanks will flip out. And question is, did they improve these? They don't feel any different. They still kind of fold in when you don't want them to. Last step, you can take the gun, and this will store right here. You don't have to, but it just seems like it fits and covers up that gap. All right, there's Optimus in vehicle mode. It does look nice. You have the translucent blue headlights and glass, translucent blue glass here on the side. Silver for the wheels and the gas tank, faux gas tank. They still have this ugly design for the rear wheels. That was something that was fixed on the Studio Series. They made nice wheels. Here's the back. You get the silver here for the lights, silver for these smokestacks. Overall, pretty good looking truck. It does roll on those wheels. I imagine the Earthrise trailer will fit onto this. I don't have it here, but it will fit. Overall, a nice looking truck mode. I do like the added orange details on the fog lights and the translucent front headlights. All right, for a comparison, there it is next to the Earthrise and Studio Series 86. And you can see those orange lights definitely came in nice. Get rid of the silver. I guess I forgot this guy had blue headlights as well. There's a side. They got rid of the silver stripe down the side, which makes sense because G1 didn't have it. And then on the back, here's the biggest improvement. They got rid of the silver here, and then I'll never understand why they put gray plastic. It doesn't do anything in vehicle mode, so there's no reason that it couldn't have been blue to begin with. So it's a little strange to me. And then comparing to the SS86, I do think the 86 looks way better vehicle mode. Obviously more expensive, so it makes sense. But pretty good looking vehicle mode or truck mode here. So final recommendations on the Dramatic Capture Series Optimus Prime. And this is a tricky one. This is going to be a weird score only because this is part of a 3-pack. That 3-pack is $90 US retail. And you get 2 other figures which are deluxes. So if I calculate their price at $25, which is, you know, roughly the price of the deluxe, that comes up to $50 for the 2, which leaves $40 for this out of that 3-pack. And I do think it's a good looking version of Optimus. But if you've got the Studio Series 86, there really isn't no need for this. Like, it doesn't really serve a purpose unless you're an Optimus collector. And at that price point, getting those other 2 figures, I'm not sure if it's worth it. You know, they're really just repaints. But if you don't have them, I think I do recommend this. I'd give it a 4 out of 5. If you do have it, I'd give it a 3, a partial recommendation, only because I think it looks pretty good in robot mode. Vehicle mode is not anything to write home about, but it's a nice looking Optimus. So that's it for today. Thanks to Sam Scott Roberts for allowing me to take a look at this copy. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.